Come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. And today we're doing it with a bottle that my mutti just picked up at the local Edeka here. It's an Italian dry red that is amazing. But whatever you have in your kitchen, in your wine bar, in your cupboard, in your fridge, whatever you want to wind down on, even if it's just a cup of coffee, grab one. Put me on pause. Get yourself something to wind down with and come in here and let's solve this grid. I'll take a little bit of servers, a little bit of solver's courage. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a construction here for Saturday, November 23rd by Ryan McCarty, edited by Joel Faliano. You know, what the hey? I say we just jump on in and get this grid going. You never know what you're going to get with a Saturday, usually the most challenging day of the week that we deal with, all right, but it is usually what it is. So in need of a trim, and, you know, I can see already that Shaggy is going to be too short. So I think we're going to have to do some downs here to see. Remains unmoved. Did we have the same thing yesterday? It was stayed, I think, right? Theater kids, no idea. Full-bodied as a wine. This would be one of those. And when we're talking about 6 letters, I feel like that could be robust. Doesn't help me at all with this just yet. Places for irises. Well, if we're talking about the eye, the actual eye, then I think we're talking about uveas, and so that might give us a clue. If this is a F, and I don't know who the Disney Channel pal of Phineas is, but just a heads up could be an FYI, so that means to say it's just not acting one's age in a way, maybe young at heart. We'll put that in later, but I think the need of a trim might be scruffy. Which honestly is not so, yeah, well, I guess young at heart would work there, wouldn't it? Romance language. Remains unmoved. Reclusive emperor who succeeded his stepfather Augustus, and I guess that could be Tiberius. Yeah, reclusive. I would say hermit, but reclusive works, right? Absolutely. Immature pigeon would be a squab. And, I don't have a clue. I mean, I just don't watch the Disney Channel much except for have the app. I mean, I watch any of the Star Wars stuff, right? You know, Mandalorian and so on and so forth. Love that, but Hearty Kiss, notwithstanding, so yet. So I guess theater kids could be a clique, and I was in that clique. I did a lot of theater in junior high and high school. Remains unmoved could be sits by. Now, you know, and I got to learn this. A hearty kiss is a bus? I've never heard of it. Romance language should definitely be an I love you. So I feel like I can put young at heart in here and then try to get everything down. What I don't know is I don't know Ferb and I don't know bus. So I got to keep those in mind that maybe it's all lining up, but maybe that's trickery, right? 1995 crime thriller named for a line in Casablanca with the, and that was the one with Russell Crowe and Kevin Spacey, wasn't it? It was a usual suspects. Okay. Usual suspects. Bonkers. What about Nutso? Activity requiring a map. You get a treasure hunt in there. I just don't know. Substances and culture dishes. Thinking augurs. And, all right, spell this correctly. Anyway, so far, I think we could have a treasure hunt. Like many a dad joke. Round that's finished quickly. Maybe shots. What do you think? What do you think? So maybe the dad joke is stale. And we'll have to check ourselves on that. And I'm feeling pretty confident now. All of a sudden, this really is what my first thought was a treasure hunt. And It seems like you got to just get past those first couple of clues. You got to almost just kind of jump in and just guess at it kind of wildly, and then that's, there you go. So I wouldn't count on it. Looks like maybe that's utter, maybe total. So that's a something. And then so one bit, maybe at all. And bad person to take a cue from. I guess we're looking for a pool hustler here. And hustler, gosh, that's why I'm trying to look. I don't want to have any more fat fingers, right? Don't know. Leaves in the lurch could be jilts. And we have here full body armor and science fiction stories. So I guess battle suits. I'm not opposed to science fiction. I guess I'm just outside of Star Wars. I'm kind of not really all that, whatever. So I don't know what this middling in rank is. Opposite of avant would be après. The French for after. Actress a garçon with 7 Oscar nominations. I think that's Greer. So I don't know. Middling in rank. One of football's Kels brothers, and I guess that's not going to be Travis. We only got 5 letters, so I guess that goes to Jason. And subject of union negotiations could be wages, and so don't know. Private rejection looks like sir, no sir, right? Sir, no sir. And I guess this is that's a big if, and that B tier middling. Got it. Works for me. That's a big if. Let's just see if it lines up here. Talk about could certainly be to speak of. Alert to prejudice could be woke. Boot-licking sorts sound like yes men. And what is this nom? Tropic Thunder setting, Vietnam, short, got it. Very nice. Superficially attractive. Ganja could be grass. Restaurateur and humanitarian Jose. Isn't that Andres? Let's see. Condition that may be treated with cognitive behavioral therapy. CBT for short, and that would be maybe OCD. Passed down in the family. Looks like it's just asking to be a recipe. And winner of the Mark Twain Prize American Humor, I guess it'd be Jay Leno, and that would make superficially attractive. Glossy, I've never used that or seen it, but that makes 100% sense. Make some calls. Oh, wow, okay. Gives the quick and dirty. Okay. Get something through hard work. Maybe earn it. Desperate for affection in modern slang, and I don't know that either. I guess I'm dangerous place for Indiana Jones, and probably looks like it's going to be a snake pit because we know how he hated snakes. He hated snakes, but not spiders. Not afraid of anything else, but he hated snakes. It's weird. Easily stacked pet food. I guess we're talking about tuna cans. And so, Excel shortcuts. Probably a macro. Now that I know. Sushi roll wrapped in seaweed. Is this an amaki? I'm good, thanks. Nah. Okay. Is this thirsty? I mean, that also makes sense. I've never used it, but it does make sense. Holiday character with a button nose. Looks like we got Frosty the Snowman. Makes some calls. Ref. Gives the quick and dirty, maybe recaps. Seat filler. Anchor. Racer. A rear. Okay, very nice. So I get all that right. I just have a feeling that sometimes I just get going through this thing and I don't go back and check myself. And that's kind of a bad thing to do, right? Because you kind of had to do it. So full of pluck could be gutsy. CNN anchor bash, that would be Dana. More than tear up or tear up. I'm going to go with tear up and sob because it's a quick and easy 3 letters. Spot checked. Reacts like a super fan, maybe swoons. Common crab covering, and I guess we're looking for Old Bay there. I do love making a good crab bisque, and I do use the living crud out of Old Bay on that, I have to admit. Zeus, Odin, or Dagda, and that would be a pagan god. Spot checked. Okay, that's clever, actually. Dogsat. Nocturnal flyer with a distinctive screech. Sounds like a barn owl. Stop for the night in. Why do I feel like I've done it again? Why do I feel like I've fat-fingered something and I'm not seeing it? And why aren't you yelling at me to tell me that I fat-fingered something? Stories that can be read both forward and backwards, and that's kind of funny because sagas is palindromic, so fun. And affirmed as much, said so. Come on, tell me I got it right here. Just, how do we do, Bob? Oh, good. Okay, good. I mean, if there's sometimes I truly have to guess, but most of the time I feel like I'm guessing, but I'm not really, I'm confirming by getting, the intersection, with something I know, or that it's all working. There's other ways to confirm, but I can never trust myself not to fat finger something. So to do a challenging grid, which by the way, was completely, if not utterly, total, clean and refreshingly well constructed. Again, my greatest kudos go out to Ryan McCarty. Fantastic construction, just a clever grid, and extremely challenging. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty challenging grid today. So I think we were lucky to get through it. An awful lot of fun, right? It's just part of our usual routine. So let's go ahead and tap this on out of here. And what the hey, we'll bring down our Banya d'Adieu. And I sit here and I think, as I'm sitting here enjoying a couple of weeks with my parents from Texas, Muti and Fatih are here, and we went out to Regensburg today. We went shopping, did some stuff. We, walked around the Altstadt there, the old town, and do a little, antiquing, etc. And bought some sheep's milk cheese that's been aged and smoked in the Alpine regions. And it's just a wonderful thing. And all I could think is the entire time we're out and about, how much I appreciate all of you for liking, for subscribing, for commenting, to let me know what's going on. And I get so excited when I edit the grids, because then I can sit down and actually, while they're processing, I can sit down and I can write to you back, and I can let you know what my thoughts are, or just most of the time it's just thank you. I appreciate it more than you could possibly know. So with that said, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag, auch ein Wochenende. Tschüss, Servus, auf Wiedersehen, Grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin, au revoir. Be well to yourself, be great to your neighbors, and be phenomenal to the person behind you in the queue. We'll see you tomorrow for the Sunday grid. Looking forward to it. Cheers.